Well, hello everybody. This is Thron Keys. I'm your host of Keys Guide to Freedom, and here we discuss pathways to get what we call our freedoms of today, which is financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit on mindset. We're going to talk about the reason why you do your thing, right? Your why. So, why is the why so important? Let's talk about that. Let's unpack it today on today's episode. So, most people, we go around and we're doing whatever it is that we're doing, we're going about our day-to-day uh, life and are doing our activities without really knowing why we're doing it, right? If you sit back and you reflect and you asking yourself, uh, why do I get up and go to work? Some people be like, because I got bills to pay, I got kids, whatever, everybody got their needs. And that stuff is all fine. That's the minutia of life. But what's your purpose? Like, what is your goal? What is the end goal, right? You're working one day so you can retire. Are you working so you can buy a house? Like, what are your milestones in this life, right? Because life is a marathon, right? It is over when it's over. We don't know when it's over, so we got to enjoy it. This is true, but we don't want to be sheep just being led and not having our own destination, right? This is still your life, right? This is, our lives, and we have to take control over it. So, understanding what's your purpose and understanding having a purpose. And that doesn't necessarily mean what's your purpose for living. It don't have to be that deep. What is the purpose for me doing X? Am I trying to get Y? Whatever it is, right? So for me, of course, it's going to be everything that I'm doing is working towards what? Financial freedom for me. This is just my goals. This is my purpose. I want to be financially free, right? I want to have my time back where I don't have to trade my time for money. And I want to be location free. If I want to take my family and go visit a place and we go there and we start off for 30 days and we stay 6 months, I want to have the freedom to do that, right? My, big purpose is, I want to make sure that my family is straight. So there are certain goals that I have that everything that I do is in purpose or lined up with that goal, right? So think about this, right? What is your why? And it don't have to be anything broad. It can be personal, right? It can be something as simple as I want a bigger house because I want to do a garden because I want to eat better, right? So what do I need to do? And then you write that stuff down, and now we start formulating the plan. We start taking that idea from our head and putting it down on paper. But if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, a lot of times you're just kind of going through the motions, right? I remember when COVID first happened, the C word first happened, and everybody was locked down. And for the first time in some people's entire lives, they had a chance to reflect on why do they work this job? Why am I working this job that I hate? Or why am I in these relationships that I absolutely stand like? Why am I surrounded by the people that I'm surrounded? Like that was a perfect time where a lot of people had some introspection about themselves, where they was looking inside and trying to figure out what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Right. So the reason why we're talking about it today is because it impacts your finances, it impacts your free time, it impacts where you are located, whether it's high or low in the neighborhood or just the environment that you're in. So I wanted to unpack that, right? It's very important to understand why you're doing it. So I have a background in network marketing, and I always say you got to have a why. You got to have a why, and why is interchangeable for a reason, right? What is your reason? Some people they might start a business, or they might go because they need extra money to pay bills, or they gotta pay for their kids' college tuition, and what they're currently doing in their life they're not going to reach, and they realize it, so they know they have to do something, right? But it has to be something personal, and it has to be something that's going to get you through the hard times, because there's always going to be a time in your life where it's going to be difficult. It's just is, right? Life happens in circles, right? You're going to go through a period where you might be lost and feeling down, and then you're going to get some ground, and you're going to make a plan, and you're going to execute the plan, and it's going to go good, and then something else going to happen, and that's the cycle, right? But when you're down, and when you're in a period where you don't know where you're going, it's very important to know why you're doing what you do, because that is a forefront. That is the engine. Because you can sit back and be like, I got to get this done. It has to work. Or it has to work, right? That's the most important thing, is knowing why it impacts your finances, right? Why haven't you? Why don't you have the money that you have? Because you probably didn't set a goal for what you need the money for, right? When we're talking about finances, we always say that we don't have enough money. And it was funny because I had a conversation with my son. He's 15 years old, and we were talking about how uh, how becoming wealthy is simple, but it's the discipline that makes it hard. And what I was letting him know is, like, it's really easy, especially this time of age with all the technologies, and we have some great times. The prior episode, I launched one on cryptocurrency, and how being an early adopter of cryptocurrency completely changed your financial situation. And when I was talking to my son about it, I was saying, listen, if someone, if the next bull run is not until 2025, right? And if someone, all they can do is take $100 a month, right? $25 a week, stash it away, $50 paycheck, get paid twice, whatever it is, and put it towards a cryptocurrency, right? Pay themselves first. And but most people won't. I said, if you did that and you stick it into, do your research, not financial advice, right? This can be a stock, this can be anything. But if you take in a portion of your money and you invest in, that's the most important thing, is to invest in an asset that, if you do the research, and it's not really hard in this day, because all of the information is in the palm of our hand, located in this wonderful device we call a phone, right? That we can literally find out the information we need, get it down to a science, and have an investment plan where every paycheck, or every time we get paid, there's a portion going towards that investment. In the next 12 to 24 months, you can replace your income that you're making at your job, or you can supplement the income that you're possibly making on your business, right? It's just, what people don't have the discipline to suffer whatever they need to suffer to for that later date. And most of it, because they don't have a why, they're just kind of going through life, right? Whatever, some pop up on sale on Amazon, or something pop up for sale on Temu, or whatever. I'm sure I'm probably just not saying that, but whatever, it's all these distractions, and we end up being consumers instead of strategy. And most of the time, it's because we don't have a why, and that lack of freedom, that lack of discipline, is getting in the way of your financial freedom, which is then getting in the way of you actually having time. Because if you take the time that you're spending trying to earn a living, especially in this day and age, you're gonna be stuck in this what we call this loop every day. Every day is gonna be the same. You get money, you spend it, right? And then you got to go out and spend more time getting money. So if ever you was going to get free of your you'll get your personal freedoms back, really, you're going to have to, one, understand what you're doing and why you're doing it. Understand, if I get up every day and I go to work, if I get up every day and I go out here and hustle, if I get up every day, what is the goal for that? What is my goal? And that's really what it is. What is my why? What is the reason? I wanna get money, but why do I want to get it? Right? Because you can always have a goal. Everybody got goals and dreams and all that stuff, but they don't have a reason strong enough behind it to go out and pursue it. Right. And that's why so many people fail. And they end up uh, not being able to get the financial assistance that they need, free up the time that they need to go to the places that they want to go in life. So it's very vital, right? It's extremely vital to understand, the challenges. And let's talk about the challenges briefly. So whenever you get moving, it's all about momentum, right? So say, I have this goal in my mind where by, a certain age, I want to uncover a certain amount of wealth that's going to completely replace the income that I got coming in and make it into a way where I don't have to physically be anywhere, or I ain't got to stay here for hours. I can, maybe do an hour of work in the morning, or a couple of hours of work in the morning, or a couple of hours of work a week. But then my time is my time, and I can go spend time with my family. Do some things with my sons. Things like that, right? Whenever you get started, there's going to be all kinds of things coming out for work. Why? Because life happens in rhythms, right? And cycles, like I said before. But whenever you try to go outside of that, it seems like the universe is going to try to come back in and correct you back on the path that you was already on. So you have to have something strong enough, and you have to have the that kinetic energy to push through it, or you're going to be stuck in that loop for a very long time until you do it, right? I heard some very, very impactful today. They said that pain is just like chiseling. It's God's way of chiseling you to that beautiful sculpture. So, when you're, especially in business, right? Business always has up and downs. There's always something happening in the world that may impact your business, something happening local. So you really have to have that resolve, and you really got to know why you're doing what you're doing and what's the reason, and that reason got to be powerful enough for you not to give up on yourself, right? So in this conclusion, what I'm gonna just uh, want everybody to do is to look at why you're doing what you're doing, and if you don't have a clear vision of what you want, you might need to take some time and figure that part out, right? And if you look at the pain points of your life, it'll give you a purpose, right? You got these pain points, they're there for you to pay attention, right? So don't discard them like, oh, just pay attention to them. Hey, listen, you know, I wanted to go out tonight, but I don't have enough money to. What can I do to get enough money to do what I need to do? My son, wanted to go out with my daughter. She wanted, she need a new coat or whatever the case may be. And those pain points, instead of getting mad, make a plan, get a purpose, know why you're doing what you're doing. you know. So this is very important. Understand your why. So my assignment for you guys is to look at yourself and look into yourself and find out, why are you doing the things you're doing? And is it in line with your purpose? And if you don't have a purpose, you need to find your purpose. It's personal, right? This is not, I'm not asking you to be Mother Teresa, but I am asking you to find out, how can I better myself? How can I achieve that the freedoms of today, which is my my finances to be straight, my time to be my own, and I can go wherever I want, my location. This is Ron Keys. This is another episode of Keys Guide to Freedom. Uh, Please let me know what you think in the chats. It was great to talk to you guys. God bless and good night.